Hey everyone, and welcome to the weekly watch list. Hopefully, you all had a wonderful, relaxing weekend and are excited to get back to trading here on Monday. So, let's start off every video as I usually do by looking at the futures and how the market is looking overall as a whole. So, starting off here with ES, the first thing I'm actually going to pull up is some EMA lines to show you a place where I think that the market has now found a new place that it can bounce off of every time. So if you want to buy the dip, this is a great place to buy it. So if we go back here, what time was this? Back in actually January of this year is when this trend has started. You have the fall down to this 50 moving average, bounces off of it. You have the fall to the 50, bounces off of it. Once again right here, we have it here, 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 and then just last week we had it happen once again and it bounced right off those levels. So if you're wanting to buy the dip and you see that the ES is coming down to this 50, I think that is a great place moving forward to actually get long on stocks, as it's just proven in the past that this is the trend of the ES futures, and it should continue to do that until it obviously breaks that trend. So the trend is always your friend until it isn't. Um, Going forward here, though, we can look at the other indices. The Qs had a nice push here on Friday to reclaim that 21 EMA. We are having this daily squeeze now show some bullish momentum, which is exactly what I was expecting to see if we're closing above that 21 EMA. So everything on this one is looking bullish to me, as long as we once again get this second day of closing above that 21, which I am looking to have it happen. Now looking at the Dow here, this one has had now two closes, or actually yesterday, Friday had a close above that 21. We're hoping to get another close above that 21 EMA as well. The daily squeeze is still in this dark blue, which is bearish momentum. But if we are trading above that 21, it is still bullish structure within this stock, as we have our stacked EMAs and we're actually in an acceleration stage, which leads me to believe that this indice is also bullish. So the last one to look at here that I am still actually bearish on is the Russell or small caps. So you had this consolidation here. You have this squeeze fired to the downside. You get the rejection at that +2 ATR level, and now it's reverting back to the mean here. I'm wondering if it's going to get rejected at this 8 EMA or if it reverts all the way back up to this 21 EMA. If it reverts back up to this 21 EMA, this is going to be a great place that I would like to look short once again on the Russell. I think that it will now have a stronger downtrend going forward. So that being said, and looking at the overall market, let's go into a few plays that I'm looking at for the upcoming week. The first one being Apple. So Apple's daily time frame has great structure on it here. Just like the market kind of sold off those other few days, Apple also did as well from this +2 ATR region down below the 21. We had one close below it and then one close right at it, and now it has finally secured that level with another close above it. We have the daily squeeze giving us some bullish momentum now to the upside, and I think that with the Qs reclaiming that 21 EMA on the daily time frame, that this one should also continue with it to that upside and should get another push into all-time highs. The next one I'm looking at is Comcast. So this one has been on my watch list for a little bit now because of its structure. It's been holding this 21 EMA perfectly, and just like it did these last 2 days, it once again rejected the 21 to the upside, rejected it to the upside. So this one is looking solid with the daily squeeze having that bullish momentum, so it should also see a continuation here in the upcoming week. The next one I'm looking at is Home Depot. So this one is a little bit different, but I like the way it's setting up. It hasn't set up yet, but I like where it could potentially go. So we have this huge fall here, which made a large gap on the daily time frame, and with three days, it already has filled this gap, which means that the buyers are in control on this stock if they were to fill this gap that quick on the daily time frame. We also do have a daily squeeze setting up, and we're getting our first kind of gaining bullish momentum with this yellow bar here. Ideally want to see these stacked EMAs turn green again so that they're all stacked positively before actually getting long, but I do like this one setting up here for potential play maybe later in the week. Next one I'm looking at is Cloudflare. Um, it's solid structure once again, just like all the other ones we've been looking at. We've been closing above that 21 EMA perfectly now. We do have our daily squeeze setting up. It does have the dark blue bars, but is still above 0 on the histogram, which still lets me get into trades if the structure of the stock is holding that 21. So I am liking this one with a buy around that 21 EMA to another push to the upside, if not even potentially all-time highs at that level. And now the last one I'm looking at, and the favorite one that I have for this week, is Google. So Google's been an absolute beast this year, and it just keeps trucking forward, and its structure has been absolutely beautiful. Came down to this 21, and we have bounced off of it. But the thing I like about Google is that if we look at different time frames, so if we go to the 1 hour, we have a nice daily squeeze that's looking to fire to the upside. If we go to the 2 hour, we have another squeeze setting up that's looking to fire to the upside. And then if we go to the 4 hour, it's the exact same thing. We have another squeeze. So when you have this many squeezes on a stock, it's just giving you more confidence that when this thing does fire, it will make a large move to the upside, and hopefully that if we can get that 1 hour squeeze to fire, it should be the domino effect, which should set off the 2, then which should set off the 4, and then eventually should set off this daily squeeze. So this is the weekly watch list. Hopefully it helps you all with finding a few more stocks that you could potentially look at to trade this week. And let's go out there and have a great week, everyone.